Cover Chainlink! Cover Chainlink! Why are you talking about Chainlink?
Oh! Hooray! I'm a pig!
So I think a lot of the focus right now is on smart contracts and how you can get smart contracts working into some form of minimal viable product to get it out into the market, because I think a lot of people are eager to see the potential of the blockchain be realized. I think there's a few different dimensions of what a smart contract could be, which it would be good to have more clarity on. So there's a simpler version of a smart contract where you just write contractual terms and computer code into a blockchain. Then there's the verification of those terms, and then there's also the enforcement. So the really cool thing, I think, would be if in the future, somebody gets a natural resource, or somebody gets a piece of a company, or something that does belong to a larger group of people. And instead of them going out and making a bunch of vague promises, and we have a vision, and we have a this, and we have a that, instead of all these wonderful, nice terms to get to placate people into doing their will, they will make a smart contract. They will go, guys, we will take all the money, or we will take the revenue stream from this. It will go here. I don't control where it goes. It'll go there, and when it gets there, it'll be distributed according to the ownership of these, and these people, right? And all of that will go through a public ledger. If at any point it stops, it'll become readily apparent to everybody. And if it stops, then we have all this money in escrow that if for whatever reason, the smart contract doesn't care why. For whatever reason, my promise that I made to you when we began out on this endeavor isn't being fulfilled, then all that money in escrow, guess where it goes? It goes back to you, right? And there's no legal process, there's no vagueness, there's no capacity for people to make very significant, important promises and not fulfill them. And I think.
So what exactly is Chainlink? Chainlink is a middleware that connects smart contracts with off-chain resources like data feeds and APIs. This middleware is known as Oracle. With oracles, smart contracts can do payouts between two parties programmatically without any middleman. Right now, smart contracts have not been able to do this yet, so Chainlink could be a game changer for smart contract technology. This chart shows the extensive reach that their decentralized Oracle network could have, and they are the first to be doing this. Chainlink has actually been creating secure oracles for Bitcoin and Ethereum for over 3 years. They have been connecting smart contracts on various networks to critical external data feeds as triggers. If Chainlink is successful, eventually every data provider, bank, and API could potentially sell their core services to a smart contract. If you have ever tried transferring money overseas, you've probably come across Swift. Swift is a vast messaging network used by banks around the world to quickly and accurately send and receive information such as money transfer instructions. Every day, thousands of banks around the world send around 24 million messages on the network. Chainlink is currently working with Swift to develop their own Swift Smart Oracle. The partnership would allow smart contracts on various networks to make payments, send governance instructions, and release collateral with over 11,000 banks.
Now, Chainlink is a cryptocurrency that I have been badgered about in my community. As you can see right now, is peaking. It's virtually at an all-time high. This is the best price this cryptocurrency has achieved. And it's really only been on the market literally a few weeks. So what makes Chainlink special? Well, let's click on the website and go straight to it. And the first thing that you'll notice is that the website is not called chainlink.com or chainlink.io or .co. It's smartcontract.com. Now, I operated in the domain space. Domain names matter a great deal in Google search, because if somebody searches for smart contracts, normally what Google does is it sorts the results by relevance, and one of the highest relevance scores is the domain name. So having smartcontract.com means this is likely to come up as one of the first results when somebody is searching for a website that caters for smart contracts or deal with smart contracts. So that is a wicked domain name on the off.
They're basically solving a pretty important problem on the blockchain. So Ethereum is all about smart contracts, and smart contracts are basically these contracts where both parties are bound. It can't be altered. It doesn't need the input of really anyone else. So what's happening right now is we have these smart contracts, but there's a whole bunch of outside resources that we can't really tap yet. And that's the goal of Chainlink. So if you take a look here, we have the smart contracts here on the blockchain, but then we have retail payments, bank payments, events and data, and market data that we really just can't get. Hence comes Chainlink. That's the reason for them. So they're going to bridge the chain between those two. And that's nice because that way we can have a secure, trustable solution to get this information, so then we can have those factors put into the smart contracts, and it'll just make smart contracts a lot more usable.
Chainlink.
Chainlink.
Chainlink. Chainlink.
Have you been eating anything strange lately?
Well, a magical mushroom I found in a floating box.
Yep,